What's up? My name is Ayden, and I am the co-host and main protector of the Patchwork system. We all wanted to do a Meet the Alters video, and I actually happened to be the first one to film, so I apologize if it's horrible. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, because you're probably going to be seeing a lot of me in the future. And I think we're probably all gonna film this at some point, like a little Meet the Alters video about ourselves, or at least all those who feel comfortable doing so. If they don't, that's cool. And so yeah, we're just gonna go from here and tell you a little bit about me. I am 31 years old, and this body is not 31 actually. This body is actually 34, but I do not identify with the body's age entirely. I feel like I'm a little bit younger. Not much younger, but just a little bit. My role in the system, as I stated, I am the co-host. So that basically means that I am out in the body the most besides Ray. So we both act as hosts in the system, and we interact with the outside world the most. It used to be that Ray was the only host, but recently I took on the role of co-host because they were feeling a little overwhelmed with things, and we just decided as a system that this would be the best choice. And for some reason everybody voted for me as co-host. I don't know why. I guess just because since I am the main protector, I tend to be like co-conscious with Ray the most, and I'm closest to the front usually, so it's the easiest for me to switch out. Yeah, so the reason I talk deeper is because I actually am a cisgendered male. I do not identify with this assigned female at birth body, and it causes a lot of dysphoria for me, but it is what it is. I, just try to deal with it the best that I can. As far as my pronouns, I go by he, him, and like I said, this is not exactly how I look like. The hair is actually pretty spot on to what my hair looks like inner world. I am blonde, it's kind of messy on top, and it is short like this. Might be slightly longer on top because it's a little bit more kind of like in my face usually. Although I did cut it recently and it's kind of growing out again, so actually this length is pretty close to what it looks like right now. My eyes are baby blue. So that's different than what we have here. Like the body's eyes are a little more hazily. It's not too far off, but my eyes are definitely more blue. My skin color is pretty pasty white, pretty much like this. And really the only difference is the face is more masculine because I am male, and the shoulders are a little more broad. I am 5'7". And this body is like 5'5", so it's not too far off. But yeah, so really the biggest difference is that I have a male body and this is not a male body, so that causes a lot of dysphoria for me, and it's really hard for me to look into mirrors a lot. And I actually might end up doing a video about that in the future and just talk about dysphoria. As difficult as a topic it is for me, I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about, just because I know when I was really struggling with it for a while, I still do struggle with it a lot, but it's a little easier for me just knowing that I'm not alone with it. Just knowing that excuse me, my voice cracked, whoo! Knowing that there are other, people, especially other people in systems who deal with dysphoria. I've seen a lot of videos about that with other YouTubers that have DID or OSDD, and I think hearing them struggle with it kind of makes me feel like I'm not alone with it. So I think it's nice to just at least know that you're not alone in having to deal with that. So my sexual orientation, I am pansexual. I really don't care what your gender is. I don't care if you're male, female, non-binary. anything in between. I'm just gonna find you attractive if I find you attractive. That doesn't really matter to me. Like, obviously I care about what you identify as. Like, your gender is valid. Like, you know yourself better than anyone else. You know what gender you are, and I will respect that. But as far as attraction goes, it's just not a factor to me. I think anybody can be attractive. So that's my sexual orientation. My hobbies, both inner world and outer world, my hobbies are pretty much the same. I love video games. I love watching Let's Play YouTubers like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Game Grumps. Like, I spend entirely too much time on YouTube. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of a vice of mine. I can get lost on that channel for hours probably. And I have ADHD, so that's really dangerous. But that's just what I enjoy doing. I also really like doing cosplay and LARPing. We actually have been doing a LARP for like the past 3 years, and the main character that we play, I actually have a huge part in playing as well. Like, me and Ray have played this character together for like the past 3 years. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I love LARPing. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a great escapism, I guess. And the same goes for cosplay. Like, I just love acting and being silly, and I don't know, like, I love socializing with people. I love hanging out with people. I love, you know, hanging out with friends. I'm just very extroverted. I just thrive on people. So usually I will be the one fronting in a lot of social situations. And yeah, so that's pretty much my hobbies. My favorite music, I like Panic at the Disco. I love a lot of upbeat music, dance music. I like a lot of like parody parody songs and videos. But yeah, I like a lot of parody songs. I call them meme songs because it's usually like stuff that you hear at like anime conventions or just in like a lot of popular videos online. I just really love memes. It's a huge thing for me. I'm just like the meme lord. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as music goes. Also, we all have our own playlists on Spotify, so they are open, like, they're public, so if you ever wanted to look up our or why do I keep saying videos? It's probably because I'm looking at a camera. If you ever want to look up our songs and what we like to listen to, you can look up Patchwork System on Spotify, and we all have our own individual playlists. We also have a shared playlist, which basically, we had to make a shared playlist because there are some days where we're incredibly blended. And what I mean by blended is that usually, like, when a bunch of us are co-conscious at once, it's really hard to tell who's really fronting at the time. And I guess this is a common thing for a lot of systems. Like, I don't know if blending is the right term, but that's what I've heard some people refer to it as, so we call it being blended. Because I kind of pictured of like a bunch of us just being thrown into a blender together and stirred around, and basically we don't even know who's in charge anymore, who's fronting. Sometimes it's a little of all of us, or I don't know. It's just like kind of mayhem. But yeah, so like on days when we're feeling that way, we have a shared playlist now because it just kind of has a little of all of our music included. So that way we don't have to figure out, well, let's see, I think Ayden's close to the front, but it also could be Ray, so I don't really know what music to listen to, like, I don't know, like, we're very musical people, so like we like listening to music when we're like doing chores around the house or whatever, and it's really frustrating when we don't really know who's fronting, because we don't really know what style of music to listen to. And it kind of sounds like a silly thing, but it honestly can cause a lot of distress for us to just try to figure that out. So we just ended up making a shared playlist, so that just has a little bit of all of our stuff together. But yeah, so that's it as far as music. Favorite color, also, the reason I'm staring down a lot between talking about things is we actually, like, I have a list here that we're all kind of following, like, as far as questions go. So I apologize if I'm staring down at the table a lot. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm just trying to remember what we're talking about. Because yay, dissociation! We forget what we're talking about a lot. So favorite colors, I like the color green. I tend to like a lot of deep foresty greens, like earthy greens, but I like kind of all shades of green really. That's just my favorite color. I also like the color blue, like dark blues, and excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm very burpy. Yeah, so I like green and blue. My favorite foods, I love Mexican food a lot. It's kind of my weakness. I also really love Taco Bell. It's really funny because, like, if I'm co-conscious with someone, usually it's Ray, I will crave Taco Bell a lot. And that's usually how Ray knows that I'm close, is if we're starting to crave a lot of Mexican food. Ray will just be like, Ayden, I know that's you. So it's really funny. I like to kid that, that's not really even a joke, it's really true, that my summoning circle would probably consist of like Taco Bell and coffee. Like either of those will bring me close to the front. Also, I really love Coca-Cola, and yeah, just pretty much I love caffeine, which is really bad because we're not really supposed to drink a lot of caffeine because we have some heart issues and like other health issues where I shouldn't be drinking a lot of caffeine, but I do anyway. Thankfully, we kind of have a system worked out where if I am fronting, I am allowed one caffeinated beverage per day. Which sucks, but it's better than nothing, so I'll take it. And it's also really funny because Ray actually is a Pepsi fan and hates Coke, and I'm the polar opposite. So we tend to get into a lot of fights about it when it comes to choosing a beverage. That's the other fun thing about having OSDD is like I don't know, just struggling with choosing stuff is always an issue. Especially when it comes to like food or clothing. Like, we tend to get in fights a lot. Not like serious fights, but just like silly stuff. I don't know. It's just funny. Yeah, so that's basically it as far as foods go. And what do I think of my headmates? So I'm pretty cool with everybody, really. Ray's like a sibling to me. Like, I feel the need to protect and keep them safe. Like kind of like a brother role. Bryce and I are pretty cool, like we're basically friends with each other. I know at first I used to probably irritate Bryce a lot. I probably still irritate Bryce, honestly, because we're just so different in personality. But I mean, we get along pretty well and we hang out a lot. Gorell and I, we're pretty good, we're friends. We're both the extroverts. Like, I want to say we're probably the only extroverts in the group. Or at least the most extroverted of the group, I should say. So we tend to get into a lot of trouble together. And yeah, we just have a lot of fun. It's great. The twins, I don't really interact with them a ton. Like, they are basically the guardians of the group, so they kind of are just always in the background. But they don't really, like, directly interact with anybody a lot. So, like, I like them. They're pretty cool. They kind of just keep to themselves and hang out in the woods a lot. Tink kind of looks at me like a father figure, which I love Tink. Like, Tink is great. She's a sweetheart. But I kind of feel weird being a father figure. Like, I don't mind if she looks to me as a father. Like, I'll try to do my best to take care of her, of course. But I don't know, like, I just don't see myself as a role model, I guess. I tend to curse a lot. I don't really censor my thoughts very well. And I can get in myself a lot of trouble with that. So I don't really think I'm a good role model, but I mean, if that's the way she wants to view me, that's fine. I'll try my best to be good to her, I guess, because, you know, she is important to me. Sydney, I haven't had a really good chance to get to know. Sydney is actually Tink's older sister, and she actually just really recently kind of surfaced or resurfaced, I guess. So I haven't really had a good chance to sit down and really get to know her. But from what how I've met her so far, she seems pretty cool. Like, she's pretty chill. She's very big into fashion and colors and stuff. But yeah, she's really nice. I like her. Cardania, we have a really good relationship, actually. I won't go into detail too much about what type of relationship we have, but let's just say it's a little more than friendly. But we get along pretty well. I'm probably honestly the closest to Cardania out of everybody. She doesn't really talk with a lot of people. I don't know if it's like a trust thing with her, or she just, I don't know. Like, she's an energy vampire, so she's like not really anti-human, but she just kind of thinks humans are stupid, I guess. I guess that's the best way to put it. I know that's a blunt way to put it, but I don't really know how else to say it. But she seems to like me. I mean, we get along great, actually. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's me. If I were to sum myself up in 3 words, it would probably be lovable, anxious, goofball. Like, I kind of just try to make people laugh, and I love to just be silly and be social. I probably am the most social out of everybody, and I'm kind of like a fire energy bug. I mean, my name means fire, so I pretty much live up to my name. I am a fireball. And what I mean by energy bug is, like, I just radiate energy. I don't know why, I just do. But that's pretty much it. That's me. Like I said, we're probably all gonna try to do a Meet the Alters video at some point. I just happened to be the first one, so again, I apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. I do have ADHD and I have anxiety, so I tend to be a little bit weird like that. Like, I have a hard time staying on topic and gathering my thoughts in a logical way. But at the same time, this is just me. This is who I am. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more of our videos in the future. And also, like, if you hit the little bell, you can get notified of future videos that we do. And yeah, so it was lovely meeting you all. I hope to see a lot of you in the future as I film more videos. I say that like I can actually see you, but I can't. But you know what I mean. So yeah, take care, y'all. Bye.